Hello, welcome. I'm Renee Valentina, and this is Musing Interruptus. Musing Interruptus is a podcast for sharing thoughts and stories and enjoying idiomatic phrases. You can read along. Just click on Continue Reading in the description to open a Google Doc with the transcription of this episode. The idiomatic expressions are in italics. Try to get the meaning from the context and then look them up to see if you are right. If you like it, subscribe, follow, and share. But more importantly, continue the conversation. Drop a comment with your answers to today's questions. I love hearing from you. The mix and master were done by Jesus Dario, my sound charolastra. You could have. Right off the bat, you know that this is going to be aggressive. You could have. This is how you are alerted that someone is about to throw something in your face. Not a cake, mind you. Although you might wish it were a cake, it would probably hurt less and you could lick some of the frosting or whipped cream off your face. I would. I might wish someone would throw a cake in my face. Yellow cake with a sweet whipped cream. As metabolisms change, you make nutritional decisions that make sense for a healthy body, but not for cravings. You realize the only way you get a taste of sheet cake is if someone slams it in your face. I don't know about the rest of you, but I imagine that is why the older you get, the more irreverent you get. So, when someone throws something in your face, idiomatically speaking, we are referring to an act motivated by the desire to confront or reproach someone's mistakes, accusingly. They might hold something you did against you and like you less. For instance, if you screw up by parking your car on the train tracks, the train conductor might be very angry and use some choice words to express their anger and mistrust of the existence of your intelligence. You could have. You wore white pants with red underwear, and the voice of your mother plays right behind your eyeballs. You could have worn nude underwear. 1. What's it to you? 2. How would people know I'm wearing underwear if I didn't? Shah. One of my all-time favorites, you could have read my mind. This is a favorite around my house. You could have anticipated a horrible mess if you had. Insert what the reproaching person identifies as the root cause of the problem. You could have. Really? Why don't you suck on a toad, buddy? The whole throwing something in your face thing is really petty if you ask me. What is the point after the fact? Obviously, the intention is to be hurtful or at least elicit nasty feelings in the other person, which I assume is an effort to hook on to that person's trauma to make mommy and daddy proud of them. You know exactly what you're doing when you throw something in someone's face. Shame on you. That is bad leadership. Of course, I can't help wondering why people feel the need to make other people feel bad for their mistakes or punish themselves. I had a boss like that. She was sadistically devoted to finding fault, fostering contexts for mistakes to be made, and at least once to her detriment, and publicly shaming. I wonder what her childhood was like. Shout out to the survivors from that team. That said, there is a way to provide constructive criticism by changing the context, tone, and intention, being patient, and waiting for the right moment to have that conversation. You can go from the punitive and sadistic to a creative, reflective space for growth, regrouping, and anticipating trust and alliance. It's better to get away from holding a mistake against someone, which doesn't mean you're hugging your mother. Ooh. Cambridge Dictionary defines holding that against someone as to like someone less because they have done something wrong or behaved badly in the past. I don't mean to get all philosophical on you, but there is something to acceptance. Acceptance of reality, of people's shortcomings, of our own mistakes. It is a great starting point for building a gentle mental space, for doing it better, whatever it is, and maybe even getting it right. I think being gentle is the operative word. It's up to us to create a better world, and that starts with each of us. I want to thank our first patron of the arts, Fausto S. from Mexico City. As suggested, we will call the patrons of the Musing Verse who support us via PayPal Rocketeers. As you probably know, the episode called Analog Rocks was inspired by Fausto, so it seems fitting and even poetic. If you would like to be a patron of Musing Interruptus, the PayPal link is in the description of the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you watch or listen to this podcast. Rocketeer Fausto, the Musing Verse salutes you. And now the questions. Are you accustomed to using the evil or gentle tone of "you could have"? How do you make corrections when it comes to others and yourself? If you have cake in your hands, will you use it? I'm listening.